Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, a free way to support the channel is by leaving a thumbs up, by leaving a comment, by leaving 2 comments, or by subscribing if you have not already done so. Hello out there to all the new subscribers. I see more and more of you every single day. Thank you very much for your subscribing patronage. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. The price of Bitcoin climbed to around $54,000 in the 24-hour chart and gave bulls a positive signal that we could potentially look like we are probably trying to aim above $58,000 once again. The uptrend indicates this could spark an ascending channel to $60,000 and a chance of hitting $100,000 as well. Bitcoin to the US dollar's price currently trades at around $53,694, at least at the time of me making this video, after struggling with resistance around $54,000 and $55,000. I don't think it struggled. What I think happened, especially if you look at the chart, Bitcoin's price went like, it like shot kind of almost not directly straight up, but it was definitely a strong trend line. And then we saw a dip, and this dip looks indicative to the other dips that we've seen before. I mean, it was like a 1 or 2% dip. Don't get, worried or scared that it was like 25%. It was like something very minor, but it was very sharp, and it looked like one of those dips that we've seen before, where we usually get news about a day or two later that someone bought the dip. I still think, and we'll think this for a while, that people are trying to do whatever they can, either in front of the scenes or behind the scenes, to try and make Bitcoin's price go lower so that they can accumulate more. Because if you've seen the last 800 videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It says Bitcoin aims for a fresh high above $58,000. Binance Coin regains strength. Bulls aim fresh break above $300. Binance Coin completely lost its lined. It's mine last night. Bitcoin went up around by 2% and Binance Coin went up by like 8%. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Took my phone out an hour later. Binance Coin was up by like 28%. The coin is, heavily pumping. There is Binance Coin news that would make sense as to why this is all happening. So no real question mark there, but the pumps that Binance Coin has are quite remarkable, to say the least. There wasn't an enormous amount of different price news. Differentiated? Wow. Price news, as far as everything was basically Bitcoin's pumping. Bitcoin's going up. Ethereum's going up. Bitcoin's going up. How high is Bitcoin going to go? I think Ethereum is near, or was near, very close to near $2,000, and people like, if we break $2,000, well, $2,500 and blah, 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 and all these other things start coming up as well. Anyway, so that's the price news, if you will. And without further ado, let's move on. In news that should shock absolutely no one, Bitcoin whales and institutions alike have made the most of the recent Bitcoin price dip by buying big. In an update on the 9th of March, on-chain analytics service Material Indicators noted that buy orders of $100,000 and higher on Binance alone are reaching all-time highs. In stark contrast to orders worth less than $100K, large buyers are more frequent than ever in Bitcoin's history. Smaller allocations have plummeted in 2021, matching an existing narrative that institutions are scooping up liquidity on exchanges, which surfaced during the recent bull run. We've spoken about this how many times? Of course, they're buying the dip. And the interesting part is, if you saw my video just a couple of days ago, I mentioned we keep getting news that the amount of Bitcoin on exchanges keeps decreasing. Why is it decreasing? Because there's no other place for these people to actually buy Bitcoin anymore. Because you can't even go to the miners, you can't even go to the people who are mining Bitcoin anymore and say, hey, give me some Bitcoin, because they already have a thing with other companies who are like, the moment you mine and you are trying to sell, you sell directly to me and no one else. So, of course, they have to buy on cryptocurrency exchanges. Here's the actual tweet for it right here. Made it all big so everybody can see, because sometimes it's just not big enough for the screen. Anyway, meaning they bought the dip. Surprise! No one should be surprised, because it's just completely obvious at this point. This is also as one might imagine, quite popular news. It's always the evident news that becomes popular and nothing else. That's an interesting looking whale. I feel like it should be longer. All right, so that's the Bitcoin whales bought the dip news, because of course they did, because everyone's buying Bitcoin because that's the trend in the market right now. And let's move on. Now, here's one that I don't think will be as popular, but it should actually be one of the most popular news stories of the day, simply because of what this actually means for the Ethereum network. The Ethereum blockchain has been hit by scalability issues. That is an understatement. $46 fees. Transactions take a long time, 15 transactions per second, which consequently resulted in congestion and high transaction fees on the network. However, Vitalik Buterin disclosed on Tim Ferriss. I'm missing letters. Podcast that Ethereum developers are working on a solution that can scale the blockchain network by 100 times. The developers are confident that the solution will sustain the network until sharding is ready. Ethereum developers are planning to scale the network through a 2-layer solution, according to Buterin. The planned solution is expected to launch in the coming weeks. Right. See, that's the part that I was like, because I was reading around, and there was a lot of news of Ethereum upgrade, Ethereum so-and-so, Ethereum this coming, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then when I saw that it's coming in the next couple of weeks, I was like, so you're telling me that the creator or co-creator of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, has announced openly that Ethereum is going to have a scaling solution that will allow it to 100x from where it currently is. And sharding is another proposal that's going to be iterated, but it's meant to give like a 1 million to a 100 million transactions per second kind of throughput. So even if Ethereum scaled from 15 to 150 or to 1500, that is quite monumental for a blockchain that is known as being quite slow. Didn't see this news around a lot everywhere, but I'm hoping as the day picks up that more people get into it. And this could be the actual reason why we've also been seeing a lot of other institutions and companies talking about buying Ethereum. I mentioned this before. News that we get happens to trickle down from the heavens and ends up on a website. Now, if you have $100 million that you're trying to invest into a cryptocurrency, you basically talk with these people directly and say, hey, I have clients who are willing to invest $45 million into Ethereum. Why should we be putting money into your ecosystem? And they basically sit down, have a very expensive coffee, and they go, well, in about 4 weeks, we have another solution coming up that's going to allow us to do 100 times the transactions. Okay. I will call them right now and we will get the money rolling. That's how things work. So I thought it was a little weird the last 4 weeks that we kept on seeing, 22 million into Ethereum, and this person put, what was it? It was Grayscale. It wasn't MicroStrategy. It was some big name who put like 100 million or something into Ethereum. And I was like, well, that's fancy. He said roll-ups are coming very soon. We're fully confident that by the time we need any more scaling of that, sharding will have already been ready for a long time by then. Buterin is confident that the planned roll-ups will increase the network's transaction throughput by 100 times. Basically, they are a second layer solution that will help to process and map transaction data on side chains before being transferred to the mainnet. This is very similar to the Lightning Network, like I said before. For those of you who don't know what Lightning is the thing that's being proposed as to why Bitcoin will be able to one day do millions of transactions per second. It is a side chain, second layer. It's something that's not on the main core. The idea is the Lightning Network takes care of all the transactions quite rapidly. It takes a second for them to be able to process through the network. And at some point, the network, the Lightning Network and the core touch, and the data is transferred into the main core. And we know, okay, these transactions took place with Bitcoin on the Lightning Network, therefore scaling and allowing Bitcoin to go a lot quicker. So I assume this is what this update is going to do as well. Transactions will happen on another layer or another side chain, And then at some point during the course of the day, maybe every hour, maybe every 10 minutes, I'm not really sure exactly the frequency of this, it'll tell the main chain these transactions took place. It'll transfer the data. Okay, that took place with Ether, and therefore Ethereum has scaled and is quicker. This supposedly should sustain the network and essentially decrease the expensive transaction fees while the Ethereum developers work on sharding. Ethereum 2.0 or Serenity will use sharding to ensure scalability. So we now have 2 updates. This one is rollups, which is expected within the next couple of weeks. There's no time frame as to this. I would assume if they said weeks, we can assume 2 to 3 weeks and not 4 weeks because that equals a month. So he would have said in about a month. This is just me going with basic logic. And then in July, we have the other update, which is going to be the coin burn. For those of you who don't know about that as well, it's basically the idea that the way to lower transaction fees and I guess also push us forwards towards a more staking-like economy is that the transactions happening within Ethereum will simply burn the coins as opposed to going a large portion of it to the miners so that they can't charge such high fees for the transactions that are being put through, and therefore the amount of Ethereum that's being pushed into the network is going to decrease equal to the amount that is being created, and therefore Ethereum price pump. Anyway, I think is that the same thing? Yep, same thing. Solution to scale Ethereum 100x is imminent and will get us through until ETH2. So saith Vitalik. Very fascinated to see if this actually takes place, simply because we have heard from a number of other blockchains before. We can do this. We're going to do this. This is going to happen. And then it takes a little bit longer. But if it's imminent and if we have actual concrete proof that Ethereum in the next couple of weeks is going to be able to do 100x transactions, that makes transaction fees fall quite significantly, as that would also cause another major explosion in the NFT and all these other coin making thing spaces, because if everyone's putting their coin and building coins and creating things on Ethereum already, imagine with the 100x. Anyway, I'm excited to see, I won't say if, when this takes place. And without further ado, let's move on. The same thing? No, of course it's different. It says yet another Bitcoin ETF is to reach the markets in Canada, as the country's securities regulator has issued a receipt for the final prospectus for the CI Global Asset Management application. Long sentence. Dubbed CI Galaxy Bitcoin ETF BCITX, or BTCX, it's expected to launch on the Toronto Stock Exchange on the 9th of March. That was yesterday, and Mike Novogratz's Galaxy Digital Capital Management will act as the sub-advisor. So, is that number 3? Number 4? I think it's number 4 of the Bitcoin ETFs that have launched in Canada. Canada 4, US 0. Simply because the SEC still thinks, whatever. You know what I have to say about that. So the news is, yes, yet another Bitcoin ETF has launched within Canada. I think we're going to get one this year in America. I think they're kind of forced to kind of put one through at this point, because just walk across the border and go to Canada or go to multiple European countries where they already have these things already. So anyway, yeah, so saith them. I think that, of course, they'll be buying directly into Bitcoin and holding Bitcoin within the fund. So that's more Bitcoin off the table. Is this the same thing? Yep. Breaking, CI Galaxy Digital ETF gets a nod from Canadian regulators. Will launch on the 9th of March. Yesterday. Anyway, I mean, that could have also been another reason why prices went up, but there's like 18 reasons every single day. There's always news like, my reason was the reason why the price went up, and it's like, yeah, but you know, people are also buying, we're getting ETFs, we're getting hedge funds and stock funds and fund funds and all these things, and so could be a lot of things the whales are buying. No one really knows. Anyway, that's the, sure, why not? I assume by July, we'll have about 9 Bitcoin ETFs in Canada, and that's like on a low range number. Anyway, let's move on. In also unsurprising news, because why? Because this happens every single gosh darn day. A regulated and insured Bitcoin fund has been launched in Malaysia. to serve the region's institutional investors. According to an announcement on Monday, BCMG Genesis Bitcoin Fund, or BGFG, that is BCBF, falls under the oversight of the Labuan Financial Services Authority in Malaysia and is said to be the first insured Bitcoin fund in the Southeast. The fund will be administered by Alpha Calibration, while Hong Kong-based HLB Hodgson will be responsible for auditing. Labuan-based IBH Investment Bank is to serve as the primary fund advisor. Wonderful. I believe this is the actual press release, if you will, from the actual bank, BGBF, starting a Bitcoin fund for rich people in Malaysia. It happens every single day. Nobody should be surprised. This should only be lighting a bit of a fire under your tuchus to let you know that adoption is quite strong right now, and to see if it is appropriate for your portfolio and your wallet and your bank account, if you would like to be part of this money-making opportunity that we see before us. As always, if you hear me say something that sounds weird, kooky, or crazy, Google it for yourself, because it's happening every single day, and more people keep buying into Bitcoin, and there's not a lot of Bitcoin left, and Bitcoin's price keeps going up, and Bitcoin becomes more expensive, then other people can't buy the Bitcoin, and you can't buy the Bitcoin because it's too expensive. And so, yeah, the first insured Bitcoin fund in Malaysia has opened, and I assume we're going to hear news about 3 more, because there's always one. People find what paperwork they filed and go, we can do the exact same thing. That sounds great. Please regulate us. And then they go, number 2. Anyway, that's the Malaysia news. And let's move on. What? I can't believe this is happening. That's crazy. Chinese firms appear to be have become more emboldened and increasingly eager to clamor on who wrote this sentence? To clamor on board the crypto bandwagon. Something called 500. One of the nation's largest lottery firms is planning to rename itself with a distinctly crypto-sounding name from 500 to Bit Mining. The company, which is listed on the New York Stock Exchange, stated in a press release that it would be changing the name, that is in Mandarin, I can't read that, using 2 of the same Chinese characters used in the word Bitcoin. Clever. Share prices on the American exchange rose slightly on the news, per official data, which will probably soon be updated. The company said it also intends to change the ticker from WBAI, that is WBAI, to BTCM, that is BTCM. So, I mean, what else could BTCM be? Another name that sounds like it comes straight from the world of Bitcoin, altcoins, and blockchain. So the point is, we've had petrol firms, oil firms, we've had iced tea companies. What were the other? We had like 2 other really weird ones last week. Something that, I mean, it was completely, it had nothing to do with anything digital. It was like a pillow factory or something, or a shoemaker. Anyway, this company is changing itself, renaming itself to Bit Mining. I wonder what they could be doing. I mean, how many, like, it's like me making a company being like Orange Picker, and we sell hot dogs. Like, you just, all right, here's the actual press release for it, because, you know, everyone's getting into it. Hope you're paying attention to the trend, and without further ado, let's move on. And to finish things off, and the reason why I assume the price of Binance Coin has risen, it says Binance is now live with its BNB staking feature. Fancy. Users can earn, here we go. It says users can earn 8.4% or up to 27%, when they lock up their Binance coins on the platform. The interest rate depends on how long users wish to lock up their tokens. The 30-day lockup offer gives you 8.9%. That is an annual yield. That is not if you lock it up for 30 days, you get 8.4%. A lot of people confuse that. It's kind of the same thing with the bank. We went over this before. You go to your bank, you give them dollars, yen, pesos, whatever currency you're giving them, and they tell you, hey, this is great. Thank you for keeping your money with us. We're going to give you nothing, and they give you a 0.01% return over a year. Same exact thing here. You give them your coins over the course of a year. That's why it says APY, and you get 8.4%. So you have to continuously lock up your coins over a 30-day period to get the 8.4%, which still doesn't sound bad. You just have to know, like, on the first of this month, like, put that bad boy back into it. It has a maximum limit of 5,000 Binance Coin per user. That's a lot of money. It's like currently like $300, 150K? Is that right? I feel like that's right. The 60-day lockup offers 12.49% and has a maximum limit of 500 Binance Coin. The 90-day lockup offers 16.49% and has a maximum limit of 100 Binance Coin per user. So it seems like mathematically, the 30-day lockup one is a lot better because the 90-day only gives you 100 Binance Coin. Interestingly, the highest APY is 27% is given out on the shortest duration of 15 days. However, users are limited to depositing only 5 Binance Coin in this offering. Quite a weird situation. And the minimum is 0.01 Binance Coin. So, is that $30? Cool. I assume this is the reason. Binance Coin shot up quite dramatically by around 30%. And I couldn't figure out why until I saw this news. Here's the actual press release on their website. I mean, just a them release because it's on their actual platform. Here are the numbers in case you were wondering once again. That's still quite insane. 5,000 and 8.49%, 5,000 maximum, if you will, 8.49% is still really good. So anyway, that's the why Binance Coin probably shot up in price news because it didn't make a lot of sense before. And yeah, let's move on. I forgot to get my phone. Wait for it. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Oh gosh, here we go. I'm going to try and take a big breath and see if I can do all of it. I know I won't be able to. Professor Wally from Gunabite University. And Carlos was like, Mobarazi, Jojo Shawshow, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grole, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Barebones Mining, Troy, All Good, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Crypto Style, Paternoster, Crypto, no, Conan, No Skip, Leg Dakes, Snacky Chan, Tolik, Banana, Auspicious, Agile, and Blockchain, Navarro, William, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Oscar Maldonado, Utopia 569, Moonman, High XRP, Joshua Vineyard, Martin Shoyo, Nostromo, John Sarson, the Anima Reader, Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Gray, Sigmo Hermoni, Massive Images in Thailand, Jared Shana, Wise Night, Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cody 3D, Damien, Setsuna, Richie, Richard III, Vladi, and Paler, Paxton, Nick Manjula, Anthony, Charles, Jim, Garnier, Minty. Jeremy Fox, minting coins, Miller his chest every day. Oh, I got pretty far. I had like 10 left. I'm kind of lightheaded. I got pretty far though. Miller his chest every day on Calcib's leg day. Yes to crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Mouse Corner Staff, Arthmetic 17, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger, Macho Nisa, All Crypto with Lionel, Crayla Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Remind me to never do that again, because I'm definitely lightheaded. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who is a clicker of smack my leg. Thank you to everyone who is a clicker of affiliate links. Thank you to everyone who is here. Thank you to everyone who clicked the like. Thank you to everyone who left a comment. You three commenter people, you are the actual MVPs, because I go to look at the comments and it's like 4th comment and I was like, geez Louise. So thank you. I mean, support any way that you can. I appreciate it more than you could possibly begin to imagine. So thank you across the board. And once again, thank you in case you didn't hear me the first other 17 and a half times. At the moment, Bitcoin is currently at 54,635 US dollars. Here's that dip. That's what I was talking about. It was a little bit of a little violent dip. Like where'd that come from? You mean to tell me all this accumulation was happening and somebody was like, so anyway, it looks like we're moving back up, because there's still no reason why Bitcoin's price should be falling. Like if Bitcoin was like 138,000, I'd be like, oh, it's getting a little shaky. But, we know that all the Bitcoin's being bought up because we keep hearing this news every single day. And the other companies who were buying before are still buying. So, Binance Coin is currently up by only 15%. Only. Here's that, and the movement up right around here. Here's the dip that the entire market fell down at the exact same time, except for Tether, because Tether's a stable coin. Therefore, it went the opposite way. Cardano is currently up by 3.6%. Polkadot is up by 7%. Every other coin, I guess it Every other coin followed that sharp downward movement by Bitcoin when it happened. Looks like they're all trying to move back up as well. Theta is up by 6%. Luna is up by 7%. Avalanche did not avalanche, ironically enough, and is up by 23%. You would have assumed that with a name like Avalanche, it would have also avalanched. Solana's up by 4%. IOTA's up by 2%. FTX token is up by 6.9%. Huobi token's up by 5%. Kusama's up by 27%. My gosh, what the? 27%. I wish that would happen to other major coins that are actually being used and adopted. That'd be kind of fun. Dash is up by 4%. Elrond E-Gold is up by 10%. Pancake Swap is up by 10%. Near Protocol is up by 6%. And Matic Polygon is up by 34%. I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for your support, for listening. And I need to go take a nap, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.